and I am in a very long line to grab a Black Rock coffee. Wanted to know what you guys thought. What's your favorite coffee if you guys drink coffee, right? We are in the midst of a brutal winter storm here. Now, coming from the Midwest, I lived in Kansas City for many, many years, and then I lived in Philadelphia on the East Coast for about 8 years, 8 or 9 years. I have lived in some brutal weather. I have lived in some really, just difficult areas in terms of snow. Part of moving to Oregon was to be in a place that had better weather. But for the last, I would say 3 years, we get 1 week where we just have really crummy weather, and that's this week. Temperatures as low as 13 degrees yesterday. Snow up to 8 inches in some of the areas here. Power outages everywhere. So last night, I was able to make it home from work, drove about 20 miles an hour to get home, and then when I got there, the power went out. So the wife and I and the dogs and the cats, we had a really rough night. It was very difficult trying to keep the pipes from freezing. I think right now it's about 17, 18 degrees, which for Oregon, for Portland, like that's super, super cold. So just, it was a rough night. I'm off today, thank God. I'm going to still hit the gym, trying to get my feet to thaw out. Our power came back on probably around 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock this morning. So we went from, 11:30 last night until about 7:30, 8 o'clock this morning before the power came back on. So that sucked. But that did make me think about some things that I want to talk to you guys about this week. And this is an informal live stream, guys. I'm not going to be talking about a lot of security issues or any of that stuff. I just wanted to come on here and chop it up with you guys. I appreciate all of the people that asked me questions on the community tab. I was looking for 20 questions to address in tonight's live stream. I'll be going live around 6 o'clock tonight Pacific time, and I'll be answering all those questions. I really appreciate that. Mr. Fusion says, hey man, so when did you get into the security field? Well, I'll go ahead and answer that question right now. So I have worked in private security a couple of different times. Like most people, I got into private security because I just needed a little extra job, right? So I would say I started working at the county prison in 2008. And I started doing a little bit of work for Allied Universal. I guess it was Allied Barton back then. And I had actually forgotten about this. I was working for the Social Security Administration, just doing sign-ins. So I had a friend that was a supervisor for Allied Barton, and I got my guard card in Pennsylvania and was just picking up shifts here and there, nothing big, nothing major. And then when I became a state constable, I did a lot more security work in terms of private security, executive protection work, and then I started working as a bailiff for the Workmen's Compensation Court. Guys, I have so many things that I've done in terms of law enforcement and security and just life in general. I could literally come on here and I could tell you guys stories about the craziest life. I have lived what seems like 7 or 8 different lives, and I have a wealth of experience that is a lot of the stories are just so funny. I go to work every day. A lot of the guys that I work with, they'll be like, hey, tell me a story about Pennsylvania, tell me a story about Kansas City. And a lot of these stories revolve around private security. A lot of these stories revolve around law enforcement. I used to be a professional DJ. I was a national level championship winning gymnastics coach. If you guys are familiar with the show Yellowstone, the guy that plays Jamie, Wes Bentley, that is my best friend from high school. I just have a real crazy life, so it's interesting, man. That's a video idea. That's a video idea, then stories from work. Yeah, definitely. Maybe we'll do that. I often wondered if you guys would ever want to hear some of my stories. One aspect of my life that I don't talk about enough because there's no way to talk about it without it sounding really bad, okay? But from 2005 to 2012-ish, there was this movement, and it was called the Pickup Artist Community, right? The PUA, P-U-A. It's kind of evolved into what we call Red Pill, right? But back in the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, there was actually a movement of teaching people how to pick up women. There were books written. There was a TV show called, what was it called? I don't know, it was on VH1. VH1 had a bunch of these TV shows. There's a book that came out called The Game that was written by this guy named Neil Strauss. He was a Rolling Stones writer, and he hooked up with these guys that had this thing called a lair, where they had like a house in the Hollywood Hills, and it was a bunch of nerds that they had taught the algorithm. This was actually the first time I had ever heard the term algorithm. They talked about the algorithm of picking up women. This is what they call Riz right now. Hang on, I'm about to order my coffee. Stand by, hang on. Speaking of Riz. Let's see here, hang on. Hey, how are you today?
I'm good, how are you?
You guys stayed open through the storm?
Yesterday we were open until, actually I don't know when they closed. I think they closed at like 5.
Yeah,
but
you guys made it out today though.
We made it out.
I'm gonna do a, like your smallest size Americano, and I want that black with no cream and no sugar, please.
Sounds good. Anything else for you?
Yeah, can I get a small ice water, please?
Small ice water. Anything else for you?
Just put yourself a $2 tip on there. I appreciate it.
Awesome, thank you. Just $3.75.
You got it.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, hey, say hi to my YouTube people. They're in the middle of a live stream
Oh,
right
hello! What are you up to?
We are talking about my past life experiences and my crazy shit that I've done. So,
awesome. Yeah. You staying safe?
Yeah, I'm doing my best.
Good. You know? Did you have a phone number with us?
No phone number, please.
No phone number. All right, we'll have you at the window.
All right, thanks. Appreciate
it.
So anyway, like what you guys see now in the red pill community, where, you know, they're talking about relationships, and a lot of it right now in the red pill community revolves around like this anger, right? Back in my day, back in the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, the conversation was teaching guys how to approach women, how to properly pick up women. And that's kind of evolved into kind of a darker thing now, you know, in today's day and age. But I lived that lifestyle. Like, I literally took a job working in a strip club specifically because I wanted to use the techniques that I had learned and read about to try and sleep with a stripper. So like, I have all of these stories about working in nightclubs and being a professional DJ right outside of Penn State University and all the escapades that I had. But in a post Me Too environment, right? In a post Me Too environment, those conversations, like, how do you have those conversations tactfully? And I don't know that you really can. I think that there's so many great things that we could talk about in terms of how living that lifestyle, interacting with people who were in different demographics, people who were in different socioeconomic brackets, like all the things that I learned living in that lifestyle, trying to pick up women, or picking up women rather, a lot of that stuff I use being a security guard. That sounds crazy, right? But it's like that book, How to Win Friends and Influence People. I don't know if that's the name of the title, but it's like How to Influence People and Make Friends or something like that. You can take that book and you can apply it to every aspect of your life, right? And I have often tried to draw the correlation that when I learned the art, and there is an art, there is a skill to picking up women, that has bled over into how I interact with people in my security job. It's how I interact with you guys right now, right? There is a 5-step process to gaining compliance from people. And you can use that 5-step process to gain compliance in security. You can use that 5-step process to gain compliance in business. You can use that 5-step process to gain compliance in anything, right? We talk about firearms. Firearms are a tool. Your ability to influence people, your ability to bend people to your perception of how you see things or how you want things to go, it's all communication. And that can be used for good, or it can be used for bad, or it can be indifferent. But I would love to share some of those stories. Man, if you guys heard the stories that I tell people at work, my coworkers, the guys that I work with, you would fucking die. Like, we spend so much time literally like on the floor laughing about stuff. Like, I have just lived a crazy life. Delaney says, How to Win Friends and Influence People is the correct, brother. Yeah, by Dale Carnegie. Excellent. Good. One of the messages that came through is up for review. Let's see what it says. I want to see what it says. He says, Jack Spade Production says colder than a witch's tit here. I'm going to show that one. Yeah, it's freezing. I didn't know that you were in Portland. Are you in Portland? Jack Spade Productions? Another thing, guys, like where I work and the people that I work with, we really have good people. Like the guards that I work with, even the guards right now, we're doing a contract where we have a third party that's coming in and taking some of the manpower off of our hands that we can't cover. So I'm getting to meet guards that work for different companies and guards that normally work, you know, different details. And a lot of these people, they follow my YouTube channel. People will come in and be like, dude, I follow you on YouTube and like, you know, I watch your videos and this is awesome to be able to work with you. And that's really cool for me to be in a position where like someone shows up to work and they're like, hey, like, you know, nice to meet you. And I go, yeah, I'm Damien. They're like, oh shit, like I follow your YouTube channel. Like that's really cool to be in that position, you know? Jack Spade Production says he's in Texas. Oh, wow, it's 2 degrees in Texas. Yeah, Texas is not playing around right now. So wherever you are right now watching this stream, let me know where you're at. Drop your state or drop your city so I know where you guys are coming from. It's awesome to know like the reach that this channel has and the people that are following it and then what you guys are thinking about. If you guys want me to do a weekly story, I will do it. Maybe we'll put it on the membership page because some of the stories, man, they are explicit. I have done some dumb shit. Hang on a second. Yo, what's going on, ladies?
Good, how are you?
Good, what's going on? What is that, like ice? You have snow in the tip jar? Okay.
We have snow everywhere.
Okay, okay.
All right, you just had the hot Americano and then the...
Oh, no, it was the iced Americano.
Oh.
Can you just do a pour over?
This is supposed to be ice. Yeah, we'll make it.
I'm completely okay with a pour over if you just want to pour over a couple lights.
No, it's gonna be all watery.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll make it. Do you want the hot one too for free? No.
Actually, you know what? I'll save it for later.
Yeah.
That's very nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah, 'cause that can just cool down, but if you put it over ice, then it's
Facts. Yep.
You enjoying the snow day?
Yeah, I'm doing a YouTube video right now. We're doing a come get coffee with me. So
Oh, nice.
here, hang on a second. Say what's up to people.
It's cold in here.
Yeah, it's cold, right? 3 degrees in Indiana, Tennessee, 24 degrees, 2 degrees.
So cold here earlier, our door was frozen shut.
That's crazy. That's crazy. The wind, like, I don't know if you've noticed a lot of the billboards, the wind has ripped the billboards off.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you guys coming in today. Y'all could have stayed at home and not came in.
Syrups
So
are frozen?
the syrups are frozen.
Yeah.
Every time I come to this this coffee place, it's like there's always something. In the summertime, they had a bee infestation.
Yeah.
They had like a bee catcher that was over here. It's crazy. All right, hey, thanks for everything. I appreciate it. Y'all be safe. 59 degrees in Raleigh, North Carolina. Do you guys know, in 2008, when I got divorced, the first job opportunity that I was offered was in Raleigh, North Carolina. And that was one of the most beautiful places I had ever been in my life. It was gorgeous there. And I always regret not taking that job. Now, clearly, I wouldn't have met my beautiful wife. Sure, I would have met somebody, right? But I wouldn't have met my beautiful wife. I wouldn't have my dogs, you know. But I do regret not taking that job. Raleigh, North Carolina was absolutely gorgeous. And the barbecue was phenomenal. So good. So good. I am about to pull into the parking lot and go into the gym. I hope that you guys are getting your workouts in. Let me know what you're thinking about the workout series. If you're feeling what we're doing with that, whether you're feeling it or not, I'm not going to stop doing it. Like, part of making the workout series videos is it keeps me accountable, not just to you guys, but to myself. I know if I'm putting up content, then I'm going to actually do my workouts. And then on top of that, guys, like, I'm tired of the stereotype of us being out of shape, of us being overweight. I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of like playing into it because I'm better than that. One of my jobs in life before getting into security was I ran a fitness gym. I don't know if you guys know that or not. I ran a fitness center. I changed people's lives. I will say this. I'll share this with you before I get off. I was talking to someone yesterday, and he was saying that he's not happy with his life. He's not happy with how he feels. He's not happy with how he looks. And that people don't understand where he's coming from, because when he says he's not happy and people say, well, just make a change. If you just make a change, that'll help you to be happy, right? And he goes, the thing that scares me the most is that what if I achieve this great success? What if I change my body, I get in shape, I'm able to attract the women that I want to attract? What if I do that and I'm still not happy? And I said, I understand exactly where you're coming from, because I can tell you of something that's even more painful than that. I personally have achieved the ultimate level of success in terms of fitness. I went from 300 pounds to 198 pounds. I'll show you guys some pictures. I'll put them up in the comment section of my transformation from 2014 to 2018. Amazing shape. So much so that I started a fitness center and I started training people as a personal trainer, helping people to lose weight. I would do monthly challenges. I would help people to gain control over their eating. I would help people to become the best version of themselves. The worst thing is not to never achieve. The worst thing is not to achieve and then find out that you're still unhappy. The worst thing is to achieve and then lose it again. Because when I got to that pinnacle, when I got to that peak, and when I felt that I had found success, my self-sabotage kicked in, and then COVID happened. I had 3 horrible things happen back to back. I had a friend that screwed me out of $35,000 in a business opportunity that we were working on together. I had the depression of losing the interaction of the customers, of the business that we had created together. And then COVID hit. And that was a 1, 2, 3 combination that knocked me on my ass. And from February of 2020 all the way to June of 2020, all I did was just lay in bed and drink. I drank myself to 280 pounds. I just couldn't handle it. And then, like, when I realized that I had gone from, at the time, like 215, 220, rock solid, running a fitness center, right? And then I emerged from this mandated shutdown. Our city had shut down our businesses. We weren't able to go in. We weren't able to do anything. So, you know, I'm getting the government stimulus check or whatever, and I'm just sitting at home and I'm doing Uber Eats and playing video games and drinking alcohol and hating my life. And so then, when I emerge out of this cocoon, everyone who knows me as this fitness guy, everybody who knows me as this motivational guy, they now see me and I'm 285, 290 pounds. Imagine how that made me feel. Imagine how I felt about myself in that situation. And it has been a constant battle back and forth from that point to now. Literally from June of 2020 to right now today, talking to you guys. I don't think that I have verbalized to you ever on this channel the things that I'm telling you right now. That's my experience. That's what I went through. And so moving to Portland was like an opportunity to try and break free from all the things that I was dealing with in Missouri. But then I get here and it's the middle of the riots. So the security industry, starting this channel, interacting with you guys, you have given me purpose and you have given me motivation, where the initial purpose and motivation was to move here and start fresh. But then getting into the security industry, I'm dealing with all of the negativity of Portland. So it's just piling on, you know what I mean? So it's been a journey. And again, this is one of many journeys. I could tell you about 50 different journeys that I've had, and all of them are interesting. They're all funny. Some of them, there's some tragedy, some sadness, but it's all part of the journey of growing and changing. So I am hopeful. I am not calling my shot or pointing out to the field and saying I'm going to knock this thing out of the park, but I am hopeful that I am at a point right now, in a place right now, where I feel comfortable enough talking about the failures and the things that I've experienced and getting back into the gym and getting my body back in shape and helping people again, because that's when I'm at my absolute peak. That's when I'm at my best, right? So, yeah. I wasn't planning on this being like a long conversation or anything, but maybe that's what we have to start doing, is just being more transparent and talking about these things, because I think that you guys, you know, as guards and as people who watch these videos, you're going through the same thing. Each and every one of you could say, man, this is what happened in high school. This is where I should have zigged and I zagged. This is where I've had my own problems, my own issues. All of you could have your own stories. And they all point to a road that you've traveled where things have worked out, or maybe they haven't, right? We all have those stories. And so I want to start with my channel being more open and transparent, because I don't want you guys to look at me and think that I have it all together, right? I was listening to DJ Shipley from GBRS the other day, and this guy's like a god in my eyes. You know, tip of the spear, Navy SEAL, runs this amazing company, forward operator, you know, slick and fast and in shape. And he was talking about his struggles with fidelity. He was talking about the relationship, and I'm not saying this to put any of his business out there, but he said this on video. He was talking about his struggles with being faithful to his wife in the past, and how that damaged their relationship, and the things that he did, and how he coped with things. And I'm like, shit, I would have never thought that this guy had those kind of problems from what he projects, but that's reality. We all have our own demons and skeletons and problems. And I think that if we can talk about that along with everything else, the firearms, the training, the tactics, it makes us a total person. And we're talking about a total situation. And I want you guys to feel comfortable and confident to say, hey, there's a place where I can go, where I can talk about why I'm having issues at work, because it's connected to things that are happening at home. You know, I'm a guard that's angry and frustrated, and I lash out and I go hands-on when I shouldn't, because I had trauma when I was a kid and I haven't dealt with that. These are the areas that we have to dive into, because it's all connected. It's a fucking link in the chain. Just like I said, being able to influence people and talk to women and conversate in that way is connected to what we're doing in security, or what I'm doing in security. Everything is connected. This world is so interconnected, right? Let me check out these comments before I go into the gym. We got a ton of comments here. Okay, North Carolina, Texas, after the Eckert 90. I like it. You're doing a good job. Some BJJ2, absolutely. Buy some resistance bands. I bring them to work with me. That's Jack Spade Productions, absolutely. Delaney says, I was in rehab getting sober when COVID hit. 46 months sober now, but now I need to lose about 20 pounds. Good job, Delaney. Respect to you for getting sober, man. The Art of Combat says, congrats on the pain, brother. Can't wait to see your transformation. Dedication and consistency all year is the mindset. Absolutely. Marcus says, I was 341 pounds in May of 2023. And as of today, I'm 257 pounds. I'm an armed security officer here in Illinois. Marcus, you're a motherfucking beast, dude. Respect. Delaney, my smart ass friend told me I was on the level. Because the bubble was in the middle. Okay. I don't quite understand that, but I'm going to say, okay. Art of Combat says, I'm a Muay Thai instructor and a security guard. You inspire me to post more videos like you. Guys, that's what I want. Let's build this community, guys. A community of positivity. We all can be the motherfucking security guard Avengers, right? Share your stories. Share them. Share them. Share your good stories and share your pain. One of the greatest things, Marcus says, thank you, brother. I love watching your videos and hearing your stories. Yeah. One of the greatest things that's happened with my relationship with my wife is that right out of the gate when we first met, I said, I'm going to tell you every horrible thing that I've done. There's nothing that I have done in life. There's no story There's no escapade. There's no situation that I've been involved in that I haven't told her about. And I said to her, I have lived a very debaucherous lifestyle. And I want you to hear everything from me. And I told her on our second date, I'm going to tell you all this stuff. And if you decide that this is where it ends, then I respect that. She was shocked by a lot of the things that I told her. She laughed at a lot of the things that I told her. And what was great is that the second time she met my ex-wife, and this is no disrespect to my ex-wife, but it's the truth. My ex-wife says, did you know blah, 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 blah? And Morgan says, yeah. Well, did you know that he wants blah, 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 blah? And Morgan says, yeah, he told me. Couldn't crack that foundation. I built my relationship with my wife on a foundation of open honesty and trust. And to date, I mean, that could change, but to date, it's been unbreakable. And so this platform, I want it to be built on open communication, honesty, and trust. There's no secrets here, guys. I'm not a perfect person. I'm doing my absolute best every day to be a better person, to be a good person. I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a perfect guard. I fuck up all the time. I do crazy shit. I step out of line, but I am aware and cognizant, and I try. All of the things that I come on and talk to you guys about in the realm of security, it's stuff that I have done or do. There's times where I'll come on and make a video and I'll be like, guys, de-escalate and give yourself 25 feet and allow the person to leave. And it's like God will just touch me, and the next day I'll be in that same situation and I will do the exact opposite thing of what I told you guys to do. Me and my partner Brian were laughing about this yesterday. We were like, dude, Brian was like, man, I watch your videos and you'll be like, you know, don't get so close to the person and don't follow them outside. And the very next day I'll follow the person outside. I'm like, yep. I'm like, the other day we were talking about how, you know, one of the people that we work with, he always, you know, escalates the situation and he yells and screams at people. And I made a video where I'm like, anytime that I deal with people, I try to talk to them the way that I talk to you, and I try to be very calm. And then that next day I was dealing with somebody and he got under my skill and I got right into an argument with him. I had just made a video saying don't argue with people, right? And the very next day I got into an argument with a guy over nothing that was worth arguing with this dude about, right? But that's reality of life. We're not perfect, and God will always show you that you're not perfect and that you haven't made it yet. My backsliding to being, I think I'm 270 pounds right now. My backsliding to being 270, that's because when I got in great shape and I was getting all this attention and I was opening up a business and I was building a platform on being a fitness instructor, I was saying that I had done everything. I lost this weight. I got in shape. I did this. I changed my life. And God's like, oh, really? You didn't pray to me? You didn't pray to me to help you? You didn't pray to me to get you through? You didn't pray to me to give you the strength to change your life and give you the ability to run and to make these changes? You didn't come to me. You didn't ask me for help. It was all you, huh? Okay, here. There's 100 pounds. Enjoy that. Okay? That happens to me all the time. So anyway, all right, I'm at the gym. I'm getting ready to go in. I will be live streaming at around 6 o'clock tonight. A lot of great information to talk about. I'm getting choked up. All right, y'all have a great one. Be safe.